Welcome to the channel and welcome to this Warhammer 40k battle report between Tau and Death Guard.
Tower back!
Hi Salt Players, you're very excited today.
I'm bringing Tau winners.
You're excited because of the Tau?
Yes.
They are terrifying.
Yes.
But see, this is the thing. Most armies can do damage in the psychic phase, assault phase, and shooting phase. What phases can you do damage in?
Shooting.
Yeah. So your shooting phase is absolutely terrifying.
It used to be terrible. It's pretty terrifying now, yeah.
So we thought we'd put them up against the toughest dogs on the block. The Death Guard.
Oh, it needs to stop Death Wing.
And we're playing across this glorious battlefield. The ruined city streets up here to the left go down to the courtyard where this ruined massive temple is. These statues are provided by March of War, and these ruins are also from March of War. The battle mat is from urbanmats.com, and because there's so many things to remember, new Tau Codex and stuff, we've decided to play a mission from the open war deck. So if you want something different from the match play shenanigans, you can get this little box from Games Workshop. And these are the cards we draw. Look at that deployment, Sultan.
Yeah.
Look at that deployment. If I get first turn and I'm here, I'm going to jump all over you.
If I get first turn, I'm going to spray plasma all over you.
So that is the deployment we've got. We've picked Storm Their Lines, and our twist is Champion. The way this works is Storm Their Lines is I've got this deployment up here, and there's 3 objectives in my deployment zone, and I'll get a point for each one of these I control, and there's 3 objectives nice evenly spread out down your deployment zone, and I'll get 2 points for each of those I control, and vice versa. So you have to try and get to my deployment zone. You can't just stay back and shoot me. Well, you could stay back and shoot me and get 3-3-3, and I get 3-3-3, but if I get one of your objectives once, I will win the game.
You can't be shifted very easily. I move very fast.
Yes.
So
very, very fast. Well, Crisis Suits used to move 8.
now they move 10.
Yeah.
And there's a little buff you can give with a cold star to make them advance 8 automatically.
Yeah, so they can move 18 all of a sudden.
pretty
You brought a
quick.
suit heavy list. So Storm Their Lines. The objectives in your deployment zone, 1 each. The objectives in the opponent's deployment zone, 1 each on this deployment here. And we have Champion.
Yes.
So we are upgrading one of our characters to have an increased strength, toughness, and wounds characteristics.
Point to note, it has to already have less than 9 wounds, and the reason I'm making that clear is because your army has someone over 9 wounds. So
Who's it got?
it's got Mortarion.
So can the Tau guns destroy the most resilient army in the game? Will this deployment zone completely screw us? At least I've got some stuff to hide behind here. And there's ruins up this end of the battle grid, but there's a wide open kill box in the middle. Obviously -1 if you shoot through any of the trees. But before we go and have a look at these armies, a word from our sponsors. Hi, I'm Winters and you're awesome, and no, I can't make the sound any better in this room. Did you know you could get more awesome in your life by subscribing to DeploymentZone.tv, where there's more awesome and videos. So subscribe to DeploymentZone.tv today. Thank you, Winters. Right, this is my 2,000 points worth of Death Guard. Some of the points have gone up with the Nakron thing. Some of the points have gone down. It turns out it's exactly the same points.
Someone at GW is having a laugh.
I mean, these things went down 15 points. So there's 30 right there. That went up 15. They went up 2 points. It's exactly the same points as it was before. So we have Mortarion leading the charge. He has triple warlord traits, and you pick one as well. His warlord traits, Arch Contaminator, makes plague weapons better. He's got a 5-up feel no pain. You can't use any auras if you're within 3 inches of him.
Good.
And then I picked, I think it's called the Gloaming Bloat. Basically, while you're in contagion range of Mortarion, its contagion range is always 9 inches. You cannot reroll any hits or any wounds. So the closer you get to him, the more he turns stuff off. Not rerolling any hits or wounds at 9 inches, and not doing any auras at 3 inches. And of course, Nurgle have that contagion range thing, which increases as the battle goes on. So the closer you get to them, it's -1 toughness. And in turn 1, it's only a couple of inches. Turn 2, more inches. Turn 3, more inches. But his Mortarion's contagion range is always 9 inches.
Luckily, I'm going to be keeping you 24 away.
Well, I intend to get within 24 inches.
No.
And punch him in the head a few times.
Oh.
So yeah, Curse of the Leper and Gift of Plagues. I want to give you a curse. I want to give you a gift. Those are my psychic powers. But 490 points worth of tank. He's one of the hardest. With a toughness 8, 4 up invulnerable save, 5 up shrug, and he reduces all damage coming in by 1. He's like an Imperial Knight that doesn't have any... Well, he has 1 gun. An Imperial Knight where all the power they've taken from the guns, they put it into toughness and psychic ability. So Mortarion, Demon Primarch coming along. Can the Tau destroy him?
Really?
In the Warlord slot, I picked another... In the HQ slot, I picked another Warlord trait and spent a CP on Polis. And he's got Hulking Physique, which gives him an extra wound. And he's... transhuman. You can't wound him on a 1, 2, 3.
Tell you what he doesn't have, though. A brother.
What do you mean, Gollus?
He's on my trophy cabinet.
Yeah, you killed one of the brothers Grimm. You've got the other brother Grimm. Hulking Physique also gets him up to toughness... 7 wounds. Ooh. And I'm making him my champion. So his strength goes up. His toughness has gone up to 6. And he's now on 9 wounds.
That's pretty cool.
He's going to be an absolute tank. Deep strike him in. Cause some havoc. And of course... drop a thing on the ground. Of course, make my 9-inch charge by spending a CP. Thanks for that, yeah. Or I could run him up with the boys. Delirium the Corruptor is my Malignant Plague Caster, and he's got Putrescent Vitality and Miasma of Pestilence, 2 auto includes. And then I've got the Spurty Boy of Doom. So I've upgraded my Foul Blightspawn to have the Viscous Death.
Yeah.
And... Revolting Stench.
What are you going to do? Make me fight last?
He's got the relic. Well, yeah, it's a fight last ability.
I don't think that really matters for my army.
No, it doesn't. But I always bring it anyway.
It's cool.
It might come into effect. I don't know. It might. I don't know. Fight last, fight first ability. But look, I haven't taken a relic anyway, so I'm giving him the normal relic.
Yeah.
But the Viscous Death means his spurty thing is up to strength 8. And you can re-roll. It's basically like a flamer. So it's strength 7. It's now strength 8. And like a flamer, you roll d6 auto hits. But that means I can re-roll that number of auto hits. It's only a deadly spurt. It's only 12-inch range, but there is a CP strat that you can do to make it 18-inch range.
I remember you used it to me many times. I don't like it.
Many times. So he's tougher. He's spurty. He's Mortarion, right? Okay.
Yeah.
10 Plague Marines.
Yes.
There's a flail in each. Because I want to get in close combat and punch you. 10 Poxwalkers. So these are my 3 troops in some rhinos. 2 Plague Burst Crawlers. They went down in points. These are insanely good now with entropy cannons.
Already pretty good, yeah.
And then 1 big chunky unit of Blightspawn Terminators. There are 2 flails in here and 2... What are they called? I forgot the name. All of a sudden, brain fart.
Blight Launchers?
That's the one. 2 Blight Launchers. 2 flails of corruption in there. The intention with this force is there is some shooty and some build stability back. There's some stuff that stays back. Yes. And hopefully you don't get to light up the stuff that stays back very much because the threats coming forward are Mortarion and 10 Terminators and you have to deal with them. But Tau are so quick now.
Yes.
And suits can fire into combat and all sorts of craziness. Even if I catch them, do I want to? I'm not sure. I have no idea. Look, is Death Guard tough enough to withstand the Tau? I guess.
I've never said this before playing as Tau, but come at me, bro.
And here we have 2,000 points worth of Tau. It's a single battalion with a Lord of War detachment gloriously painted up by Den of Imagination Painting Studios. This, because you've got the Lord of War, it costs you a point. Why have you put three there?
Because Lord of War detachments are 3 CP winters.
No, they cost 1. I'll show you. We're using points cost, you see, even though it's open play. And in the new Nachman book, if you bring a super heavy auxiliary detachment and you're not Chaos, Imperium, Eldari, Urinari, or Tyranids, and you're neither of them, then you get 2 points refunded by bringing us... Basically, Orcs,
What?
Necrons, and Tau get 2 points back by fielding super heavy auxiliaries.
That is so stupid and I love it.
I guess they want people to buy Storm Surges. Need to talk about this bad boy for a minute.
Yeah.
Because within 24-inch range, that gun is 12 damage and it fires twice. So in 24-inch range, it can do 24 damage. But that's not all. In previous editions, it was toughness 7 with a 3-up save. Now it's toughness 8 with a 2-up save.
Yeah.
You used to have to spend 40 points to give that a 4-up invulnerable save.
5-up invulnerable save.
Well, now it comes with a 4-up invulnerable save for free. So 2-up save, toughness 8, 4-up invulnerable save.
22 wounds.
22 wounds with a gun that can do 24 damage in one hit. And that's not even talking about all the missile systems it fires out. Basically, it's big, it's nasty. If it stands still, it can reroll all hits as well.
Yeah.
And it's like 340 points with the upgrades.
Yeah.
You can also buy dice and things from Den of Imagination.
We like Den.
This is your lovely Tau Sept, the Sept of the Summer Lightning. We did a whole campaign in the deployment zone.
And it was great fun.
Evolving their narrative and gave birth to this guy here, Commander Sunstrike, who will be leading your force today. Talk us through your Sept and what you're doing with it.
Okay, so those of you who watched the narrative campaign will know these guys are quick, mobile, and let's get close, which happens to line up quite nicely with Farsight Enclaves, which is how we will kind of use them towards the end of that campaign.
Yep.
So I'm going to continue that because I read
Sept.
the new...
And you're allied with
somewhat allied with Farsight, which is why there's no Ethereal here today.
Nice.
But we're going to use the Farsight Enclaves army trait because it's the one I could remember. And it's really, really, really good.
Okay.
So basically, each time you make a ranged attack within 12 inches, you get a free marker light.
Cool.
And we'll talk about marker lights shortly.
Well, marker lights is quite simply to explain. When you put marker lights now, they used to do like 5 things. Now they do 1 thing.
Yeah.
And it's +1 to hit.
Yeah.
So if you're firing at something within 12 inches, you're getting +1 to hit.
Yeah, exactly. Which is cool. So we're hitting on 3s with Tau.
Nice.
Really cool. And the other part is each time you select to shoot or fight, you can reroll 1 wound roll.
1 wound.
Which is nice.
Okay.
So the Warlord, as we mentioned,
is
Sunstrike here.
Yes.
The Warlord trait I've given him is Master of the Killing Blow, which is the Farsight Enclaves one. Right. Basically, on an unmodified wound roll of 6, improve the armor penetration of that attack by 3.
Oh.
Which is pretty awesome.
Okay.
And then the model that attack is allocated to cannot use any rules to ignore the wounds it takes.
So no feel, no pain.
No feel, no pain. So Mortarion's in trouble from this guy, potentially, if he gets close enough. He's got 1 fusion, 1 plasma, and 1 missile pod, as well as a shield generator.
Okay. He's got 4 hard points, has he?
He has, yeah, as a Cold Star Commander.
Cold Star Commander. Worth noting, you can only have 1 commander per detachment. Mm-hmm. Unless you go Farsight, then you're allowed to bring 2 because they can't have ethereal. So you can bring 2 commanders in a Farsight Enclave.
Exactly, yeah. The other thing he's got is I've given him, you might have seen it on Warhammer Community recently, the alternating fusion blaster, which basically means it's 12-inch range, and if he selects a unit that's 12 inches away, and there's a couple of units in between, you make a room roll for each unit in between as well. It's a beam.
A beam?
Yeah.
Okay. Because
might not be
these are signature systems that you can pay for upgrades on suits.
Yeah.
So he's got all the guns,
yes.
1 of each. Mm-hmm. His fusion is the upgraded one.
Yeah. And he has a relic, as well as the upgraded fusion.
What's the relic?
I've given him the Onager Gauntlet, which is a strength 12 -4 3 damage weapon with no minus to hit. Okay. And instead of making 1 attack like it used to, you make all your attacks with that weapon.
And Cold Star Commander's got 4 attacks.
He has 4 attacks, and also he's my champion, Winters.
So he's got 6 attacks.
He's got 6 attacks with
Tau with 6 attacks at strength 12.
I can't stop playing Blood Angels.
-4, 3 damage.
Yeah, and he's toughness 7 now, and he has 9 wounds.
Brilliant.
So you could put Polos up for his money there. Have a go.
The champion is +1 toughness to +2 attacks, +2 wounds.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's pretty rough.
Okay, so a 9 attack Tau suit, 9 wound. I've got a 9 wound Lord of. But he's got a more powerful close combat weapon.
Yeah, and I reroll.
Okay.
So the second in command is the unnamed Crisis Commander here. 2 plasma, one of which is the signature plasma, which is basically strength 8 -5 3 damage, and it ignores invulnerable saves.
Does it?
Yeah, and
so
it's 2,
one
I
of the
believe,
plasma.
2 shots.
That's an upgraded plasma.
It's a good plasma. It's only 20.
Ignores
points.
invulnerable saves.
Yeah.
Nasty.
He's dangerous.
Okay.
So those are the 2 commanders.
Yep.
Behind them, we've got 3 strike teams, which have to come in squads of 10 now.
Yep.
So they've got pulse rifles, which are strength 5 -1 damage. Nice. So they're one of the best infantry rifles in the game. Yep. And each squad has 2 marker drones, and 1 squad has a missile bin.
Nice.
A DS8 support turret with smart missiles, which can fire everywhere. They don't have to see the units firing.
They don't need line of sight.
And they're also strength 5 -1 damage as well, which is cool. Now we come to the meat and potatoes, if you like. We've got squad of plasma, which, as we mentioned, they're no longer rapid-fire weapons. They're assault weapons. They fire one shot, and they used to be strength 6 minus 1, 2 damage, I think it was.
Yeah.
Now they're strength 8 minus 3, 3 damage.
They're firing thunder hammers.
Yeah, minus 4 actually. Yeah.
So they're firing thunder hammers at 30-inch range across the battle grid.
Yes.
And you've got
2 each.
2 each.
So there's 6. There's 2, 4, 6 thunder hammers in this squad essentially, and they can fire into combat because they're assault weapons.
That's another thing. Crisis suits, battle suits can fire into close combat.
Yes.
So in the shooting phase, or in your movement phase, if you're still locked up in combat, there's no need to fall back. Just shoot in.
Yeah. And also these guys can pay a CP to do it too.
Nice. Yeah. What, the little guys?
The little guys, they changed to pistol 2 weapons.
Do they?
Which is pretty cool. They had that anyway from Psychic Awakening, but they've just kept it, which is cool.
We should mention, while I've just remembered, that Overwatch stuff that Tau had is gone.
Yeah.
So all that fast, when you charge 1 and then 3 units overwatching you is gone.
No.
What they've done is they've just tidied up all the rules and made all the guns more scary. The suits are now 4 wounds each. That's tougher. They're 8 wounds each. They've made everything tougher. And the gun's more scary.
Yeah.
And got rid of all that.
And Saviour Protocols is gone apart from a stratagem.
Yes.
So if you've got drones attached to the unit, you can take the damage on the drone and it kills the drone, but then any further wounds have to be allocated to battle suits once the drones are gone. Yeah. So it's not just making a las cannon 1 damage.
Tau tougher, Tau more shooty. That's what we wanted to see.
Yeah, Tau faster.
So these guys are firing thunder hammers.
Yeah, they've got an Iridium battle suit, which is a 2-up save on the sergeant equivalent.
Okay.
And everyone has 4 wounds and a 4-up invuln because I've got shield generators on them.
Right. Yeah.
That's across the battle suit.
There's 3 hard points. Yeah. So you can take 3 guns. Yeah. But you could drop one of those hard points for a shield generator.
Or some kind of upgrade,
Let's just talk about shield generators for a minute. For a shield generator, giving them a 4-up invulnerable save.
Yeah.
And how many points is a shield generator?
5.
5.
Yeah, dumb as that.
5 points to drop a gun and give your
Toughness 5, 4 wounds, 4-up invuln for 5 points.
Yeah.
And an extra 5 points for one guy as a 2-up save.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's them. Then we've got a missile squad doing the exact same thing, but with missiles. And then we've got a fusion squad doing the exact same thing, but with fusion.
So 4 invulnerable saves all round, Iridium suits all round. Yeah. I like it.
And then at the back here, this squad has, because points, because I realised I made everything you see here, bar these guys, and I still had 155 points left, because Tau are cheap.
Okay.
So I bought these guys, it's just missile, plasma, no upgrades.
No upgrades, no invulnerable saves on those guys.
No.
So the mixed squad is just jumping around the backfield doing whatever.
Doing whatever they do.
Okay.
Then we've got one of my favourite units in the game, they always have been, broadside battlesuits with heavy rail rifles. Yeah. So they've got smart missiles, which is the same as we've spoken about. They've got 6 marker drones, because you can put 2 drones per guy here. So I could put a ton of shield drones if I wanted, but I haven't. These guys already have a 4-up invuln.
Do they?
For free. Yeah. Let me double check that.
Okay.
Turns out what I was thinking was you can't give them shields. So they don't have an invuln, but in my head I went, I didn't pay for shields, and I suppose I can't take them, not because they already have them.
So you can give shield generators to crisis suits.
Yeah.
If you want to give them vulnerable saves to XVH, you have to give them shield drones.
Which I haven't done because I wanted to bring some markers.
Okay.
I'm learning the army, we'll get there eventually, right? So heavy rail rifles have changed.
Yeah.
They're now heavy 2, strength 9, -4, D3 plus 3 damage, and each wound roll gives an extra mortal wound if it's successful.
Nice.
So
minimum 4 damage.
Minimum 5 damage.
2 shots.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, minimum 5 damage and 2 shots, 2 shots, 2 shots.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay.
So that's them.
And then the big boy with the big gun and all the missiles and all the things. So being Titanic, he can fall back and shoot. He can fire into close combat because he's the battle suit keyword. And if he stays still, he re-rolls all hits. And he's just nasty as hell.
Yep.
So we've got a faster Tau list, a tougher Tau list, with more meaner guns. You've got upgraded fusion here. Sorry, plasma there. Upgraded fusion there. And there was an upgraded missile system we put on one of these guys.
Oh, yeah, I've got to mention that. Basically, it halves your move characteristic if it hits.
Okay.
It's strength 8 minus something, 2 damage.
And those are from the signature systems that you can just pay points to upgrade stuff.
Yeah, I spent less than 100 points, and I think I get more than 100 points out of it.
Awesome. So, that is 2,000 points worth of Tau. Painted by Den of Imagination Painting Studios.
Lovely.
Visit Den for all your hobby needs. That works.
Yep.
And we're deployed for this 2,000 point game of Storm Their Lines. All the tower on the battle grid except for 1 unit of fusion. Let's quickly talk about that. These fusion boys here, 6 melter shots coming in. In Manta Strike, so they can just deep strike in. Suits can do that. But there is a Tau Farsight Enclave strat, drop zone clear. which means when you deploy them, you can spend 2 CP, and when they drop in, you'll be re-rolling all hits and all wounds.
Yeah, and that still means if I were to drop another unit in, I could use the other one that they announced on Warcom, where you can reroll all hits. Yeah, so this is just a better version of that strat.
There's another strat. Yeah, that's nice. So that Crisis team will come in hunting Terminators or Mortarion or something like that. And then the rest of the Crisis squad are up here with some Fire Warriors guarding this objective. We have Fire Warriors next to the Storm Surge on this objective, and the XV-88s with some more Fire Warriors on this objective. Suits move a long way now, and Commanders have a reroll hit roll of 1 aura. Yeah. I don't think they had that before. And due to the sneaky deployment that we had, I put Mortarion front and centre. Basically, if I go first, you're in trouble. If you go first, he's probably in trouble. But you have put some stuff over here. Mind you, can move round and engage him. Firing through the trees, remember, will be -1 to hit. But he's there. I've got a tank, and only a tank, over here on this objective, because you score at the end of your turn.
Yeah.
So I can run this way. They're safe behind the ruins, but in my turn I can rumble forward and get on that objective there. And the other ones down here, Valuable Light spawns in that one, Malignant Plaguecasters in this one, and for the first time ever, I've left my Terminators into reserve. Normally, the Blightlord Terminators are front and centre.
They're there, weren't they?
Oh no, that was it. Thank you. I thought about putting them in reserve, and we even talked about it, and then I decided, thanks. Brain back in the room. I'm getting excited, see. I've decided to put the Terminators here. I was thinking, you see.
So are there more Terminators lying about?
No, they're always normally moving up the table because they're so hard to kill, but your gun line is scary. So I thought about deep striking them in, but now let's put Terminators in the ruins and run through that way and try and deal with you. I've put Polis in reserve. My, Lord of Virulence? Lord of Contagion. Yeah. So he can deep strike in somewhere and cause a ruckus. Right, let's roll off. Get to see who goes. I rolled a 6.
These dice, available from Winter's Oven.
Deploymentzone.tv merchandise page. I definitely need to go first. So let's begin in Death Guard, turn 1. Okay, here we are after the Death Guard movement phase. Now, once you decide who's going first or second, to have a thing where they choose Montcar or Kéon.
Yes.
And Montcar allows you to move in advance and count as stationary. And it also allows you to re-roll wound rolls of 1, and it gets you a better AP against the closest stuff. It's very offensive.
Yes.
Kéon?
Very defensive.
Defensive. It basically means that in turn 3, 4, and 5, because Montcar lasts in turns 1, 2, 3, Kéon lasts in 3, 4, 5, and you get exploding dice. Exploding 6, exploding 5, exploding 4, and you can fall back and shoot from combat.
I think Kéon is actually the best of the 2 options.
Okay, the
overall,
defensive one, right? Okay.
However, I'm choosing Montcar because I've got a suit heavy list and I want to move quick.
Okay.
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go first. So you're picking Montcar, right?
Yes.
I've put Mortarion in harm's way. What could possibly go wrong?
Nothing.
The idea is to smite and charge, and basically he is a bullet magnet. If your army can't clear him away in 1 turn, I'll be in and amongst your lines. But you have got Montcar.
Yeah.
And Cold Star commanders can point at a crisis team unit and they advance the full distance.
Well, above the full distance, they advance 8.
So they're moving 18.
Yeah.
So these guys could end up with Montcar in effect, and you could advance and counter stationary.
Yeah.
Even though I could be in amongst your lines, in your turn you could scatter like an exploding firework.
Yep.
And then maybe kill him. We shall see. Done that. Moved forward with the Blightlord Terminators. Terminators in cover, particularly Death Lord Terminators and Blightlord Terminators in cover, should be difficult to shift. It's going to take a turn or 2 to get down to your lines, but shifting through the ruins. And I disembarked my Malignant Plaguecaster and my Foul Blightspawn from that Rhino before they moved forward. That Rhino's still got 5 Plague Marines in, because I need to look after my objectives.
Yeah.
You suddenly deep striking down here and killing stuff, I need stuff. The other Rhino come around this side. There's 5 guys in there looking at a cheeky flank. And the tank is pushed up here. Now, I know that this is the only thing on this objective, and if it dies, I won't score it.
If he dies, he dies.
If he dies, he dies. But I've got Polis, so I could deep strike him in down here if I need to and just hide in.
The champion.
Yeah, but you won't want to get anywhere near him.
Well.
So he's in my back pocket just in case I need him.
Mm-hmm.
So now I really need to do some damage to the tower lines in the psychic and shooting phase before they light me up. Delirium's down here. He's going to cast Miasma of Pestilence on Mortarion.
Mind science.
Mind Science. Would you like to deny the witch?
I don't know what a witch is, winners.
So he's now -1 to hit.
Okay.
Tau hit on 4s with Markelites 3s, back to 4s. See, that's why I like the Markelite thing, because honestly, for a third of the time in 8th edition and 9th, you were hitting on 5s.
Sometimes in 8th, hit on 6s or 7s, you know?
So now it shouldn't get worse than 4s with the Markelite hit. I'm going to put Putrescent Vitality on the Terminators. It'll get them up to toughness 6. Blightlord Terminators in cover at toughness 6. That passes as well. Would you like to deny the witch?
No.
So they're tougher.
I'll let you have it.
He's -1 to hit. Now he'll do a cheeky smite, and it'll hit the Fire Warriors for 2 mortal wounds, and then he'll do Curse of the Leper, and that fails. So let's do a CP reroll on that, and that passes. This will hit the Fire Warriors as well. And the way this works is, for every dice roll that exceeds your toughness, you take a mortal wound. And currently, because you're in contagion range right now, you're toughness 2.
Ah.
So, many mortal wounds. 1 minute. Is it equal or exceeds? If it's equal or exceeds, that's 7. If it exceeds, it's only 3. Each dice roll that exceeds the enemy toughness.
Oh, big maths.
It's just, that's mathematics. But I killed 5
Yeah.
in the psychic phase.
Ah.
Drop dice don't count. Right. Dead Fire Warrior screaming as the Lord of Death comes charging down towards his lines. Now, he's going to fire his pistol at the Storm Surge, and it will hit the Fire Warriors as well. It's like a beam weapon if I hit. And I don't hit. Oh, I forgot to mention, in the command phase, he has an ability so he can point at a unit and they can re-roll hits. It's like Chapter Master. He pointed at himself, not them, because they're not going to get into close combat. So I can re-roll that hit, because he can tell himself to do this. And it hits. Your Storm Surge, it will wound your Storm Surge on a 4. It doesn't wound. But
Has he given himself ability to re-roll wounds?
With plague weapons, he does actually, but it isn't a plague weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a really powerful plasma, the lantern. But the line will go through the Tau Fire Warriors and wound them on a 2, and another one is picked up as he's burnt by the lantern. Right, more shooting. The Blightlord Terminators in here. There are only some that can actually see this unit, because I'm in the ruins, so I can fire out of the ruins, and you can fire into them as well. But I am re-rolling hit rolls of 1 because Mortarion is there. Do I want to hit on 2s by spending a CP? No, I don't, because there's only some that can fire. So let's fire in. Bolt weaponry, combi bolters, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. These are the hits after the re-rolls. I'm winning on 5s though, because you are toughness 5. That's 6 3-up saves. Each doing 1 damage. Oh, I kill a suit.
You kill a suit.
Wow. And there's 2 blight launchers in that squad as well. And they're going to fire out. That's 4 shots, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. Oh. And it's strength 6, your toughness 5, right? So I wound on that. And then -2. This is this unit that don't have the shields.
Yeah, so 5-up saves. Make 1 fail 1.
1 is removed, 1's on 2 wounds. The rhino around this flank advanced, so it can't fire. So the last thing left to fire is the 2 Plague Burst Crawlers. Now, I could train all the firepower in on that Storm Surge. I don't think I can charge the Storm Surge because you've screened up quite well. Might charge that way. And it's got a 4-up invulnerable save. But these guys don't have a 4-up invulnerable save, and they're nasty too. So shoot what you can kill. I'm going to shoot these.
Okay.
And I'm going to burn a CP, making the mortar weapon on that Plague Burst Crawler damage 3 instead of damage 2.
You still need 3 to get through to kill 1. You've got 8 wounds.
I'm doing everything I can here. Number of shots for 1 shot. So I'm spending another CP to re-roll that to 2.
That was so disappointing.
What?
You sounded so dejected. I'm so sorry to laugh at you.
No, I am
It's
dejected.
just you went, no, it's too...
Laugh at my pain, it's fine.
You laugh at mine.
So it fires up and over through this line of trees, so I'm going to need 4s to hit you. And I hit you.
Yeah.
Strength 8, so wound on 3s. And I wound you. It's -2, but they normally have a 2-up save. Now at this point, you could put them on drones and save them on drones, because the drones can't as powerful as the unit, or you can put them on the 6.
These are the 3 damage ones.
Yep.
I'll put them on drones, which just goes... It's -2. I think it just goes straight through the drone.
Does it just kill 2 drones?
Yeah, I think they got 4 up save. Let me check, because it's the first time we've used drones.
Okay. So drones count as part of the squad. You put them on the drones. You need 6s to save the drones.
No drones.
So that just kills 2 drones instead.
Pop.
I've killed 2 Markalites.
Yeah.
Yay. And on a 4-up, it does a mortal wound to that unit. That's what this light bombardment thing does.
Nice.
It does do a mortal wound to that unit. So you can kill a drone or... take away a fire warrior.
Some Markalites.
Stubbers coming in. See, you don't have many Markalites, do you? I mean, you have these.
Yeah, that's why Faster Enclaves get close. Markalites are not a thing.
They're free anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Slugger Stubber thing on 4s. What's the toughness of this unit? Because this is strength 5.
Toughness 5.
Is it?
Which unit? The
XV88s.
Yeah, they're toughness 5.
Okay. 2 at -1. 1 damage.
I'll take this on the suits.
Okay.
3 saves, they're fine.
And then 2 entropy cannons on 4s. Both miss. Right. Rinse and repeat on... See, you're just going to bring drones away. Do I actually fire at the Storm Surge? I've started, so I'll finish. The next tank will fire at the XV88s as well. Here's the Stubbers on 3s because there's no trees as I'm firing down this broken
3s
colonnade.
because no trees.
3s because no trees. 1 wound at -1.
3 save on a suit. Takes the save.
Entropy cannons. Now you put them on suits. You have to keep putting them on suits. Them's the rules. 3s to hit. Nice. 3s to wound. I'm going to CP that.
Didn't you already do a CP?
I already CP'd that. Ignore that. That is -4.
6 up save on a suit. Oh, almost, but no cigar.
And this is D3 plus 3 damage for 6 damage. New book. You failed the save. You went over there to grab something.
A command point.
Yeah.
Because saving protocols is now, if you fail a save, you can spend 1 CP, and the drone takes the thing instead. The damage is reduced to 0, but the drone explodes.
So instead of 6 damage on a suit, I've just killed a drone.
Pop. But it's once per phase. Instead of the entire army, the entire game.
Okay. I killed a drone. The mortar has 2 shots as well. This will hit on 3s.
Oh. Is it a plate weapon?
No. Yeah, it is, but it doesn't reroll once to hit. So at the end of my shooting phase, I've killed 3 drones. Drones don't count for morale when you remove them from a unit. Charging coming up. I could charge a unit of fire warriors. Or I could charge them. Can I pile into you? How far away are those fire warriors? So after measuring, you've skillfully placed the Storm Surge in such a way that if I charge the fire warriors, then I can't pile in unless I get a long bomb charge that way, or I want to charge the Storm Surge.
I will. If you charge the Storm Surge, you'll still be hitting on 6s, but I will Overwatch.
Yeah, well,
because there's a chance.
I need to. I'm not going to be able to charge the Storm Surge. It's 10 inches to these guys. It's 6 to them. So I'm going to charge you fire warriors.
Yeah.
Let's put Mortarion right in front of you.
Let's not do Overwatch.
And Mortarion gets in, and he's got 21 attacks. Hitting on 2s, re-rolling, wounding on 2s. Fire warriors are dead. Consolidate. Just under an inch away on that objective there.
There's one word for that, and it's ouch. Or I suppose I'm dead, so I wouldn't say anything.
They're just smushed. So at the end of my turn 1, I get 3 points for holding the 3 objectives in my deployment zone. And in this game of Storm Their Lines, I've definitely stormed your lines with a Demon Primarch and given you something big and nasty and very smelly to think about. Let's go on to Tau. Turn 1. I'm going to dodge it. Here we are after the town movement phase. Not a lot happened. Operation Kill Mortarion is in effect. This suit unit is okay. The Storm Surge is just standing there. Just look at him.
Deploying stabilizing anchors to reroll hits.
But you can't reroll hits within 9 inches of Mortarion.
Just going to shoot him normally then.
Just going to shoot him in the face. Sunstrike, your champion, has jumped forward.
Yeah, he's going to charge Mortarion.
He's not going to... What?
He's got the Onaga Gauntlet.
He's Tau.
He is Tau. But he's a weird Tau. We discussed this.
So if you don't kill him in the shooting phase,
I'm going to charge him with a cold start. I'm going to charge him with a Tau.
Over here, what he did before he moved is you can point at a core unit and they can advance an extra 8, a battlesuit unit. So this unit moved 18 all the way over here into this corner.
Yeah.
And your commander's there as well, because the commander's got his reroll hit rolls of 1 aura out, which is unaffected by Mortarion, but the rerolls here are shut down.
Yeah.
So now in the shooting phase as well, in the movement phase as well, you fire marker lights because it's an action in the movement phase.
So we've already got auto marker lights for these two.
Right.
And these are just out of range.
Oh yeah, because if you're within 12, you
so they've got it.
hit.
Yeah.
The
So
cat was having a marker light.
But there's a few other units I'd like to shoot over at Mortarion as well.
Okay.
So we're going to start with this unit. So there's 3 marker lights here to fire.
Yeah.
So first one going into Mortarion on a 3-up.
Yeah.
No, so that's marker light fail. Second one on a 3-up. That goes through, so marker down on Mortarion.
Okay.
For these guys.
Yeah.
And then one more goes through, so two on Mortarion.
Okay.
Plus the 2 we've already got.
Okay. Any more marks over here?
None over here. And we jump over there.
So these are, so 2 on him so far.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we've got many markers to do over here, about 6. So I'm going to try, this start with here.
Yeah.
We're going to put 1 down on the tank.
Yeah.
For the broadsides to shoot at, and that goes down.
So marker drones, we got to the end. There's now 4 on Mortarion and 2 on that tank.
Yep.
Now we're on to the shooting phase.
Yeah, there's intent here.
Yep, there's, Operation Kill Mortarion. Yeah. So Sultan, where would you like to start your shooting phase?
We're going to start down here.
Down here?
And work our way up to dessert.
To the main event. Okay, so this squad is firing 6 plasma rifles.
Basically 6 Thunderhammers.
Brilliant.
But we're hitting on 3s because there's a marker light.
Yeah.
But we're hitting on 4s because Mortarion.
And then you take a marker light away.
Yeah.
Okay, 4s to hit.
4s to hit, and I get rerolls of 1 because the commander and crisis armor is there.
Right.
So that's 3 hits.
Okay.
I'm wounding on 4s, and I can reroll 1 wound because of Farsight. Yeah.
Always reroll a wound.
Yeah, so I can reroll that one.
Okay. AP minus a bajillion.
Yep.
4-up saves. How much damage?
3, so 2.
3 damage becomes 2 damage, so I shrug on 5s. That's what Mortarion does. Look at that! Boxcars. Right, where are we going to next?
Crisis commander.
Yes.
He hits on 2s.
Right.
And there's a marker light he's spending.
Right.
So he's still going to hit on 2s.
Okay.
Alright.
And what's he got?
So he's got a special Nova Surge plasma projector.
Okay.
Which is 8 minus 5, 3 damage.
Minus
but it
5.
ignores invulnerable saves.
Right.
So he's going to hit on a 2. And he
Okay.
hits, and he wounds on a 4. He wounds.
Wounds.
There's
Ignores
no
invulnerable
save.
save.
5, so it goes straight through.
Yeah.
So you have 2 shrugs to make.
Okay.
So
he
1
takes
damage.
a wound. He's on 17 wounds left. If it bleeds, we can kill it.
He is normal plasma.
Right.
2, and then 4s. Wounds.
Can I get a save on this one?
Yes, you can have a save on this one. You're allowed a save.
I
didn't
failed
make
that
it,
save.
you're allowed
2 more
it.
shrugs. I
Nice.
shrugged both of them as well. Now on to the missile squad.
Yes.
Shooting a Mortarion.
Yes.
You hit on 5s because of miasma. Taking a marker. Back to hitting on 4s.
Yep.
Many missiles coming in
4s. Rerolling 1s.
because of the commander. So many hits. Strength 7, toughness 8. Winning on 5s.
5s.
Yes.
That's pretty good, and I can reroll a wound roll of 1, right?
Well, you can reroll wound rolls of 1 with Montcar if you're within 18 and you
Yeah.
are, because this drone is.
But because I'm Farsight, I can reroll a wound.
A wound
It's a bit
anyway.
like what you do with the 13th for healing
Yeah.
and stuff, right? So
Yeah.
there's the reroll. Doesn't
Okay.
work.
And in Montcar, these are AP minus 3 right now.
Because within 18, yeah. Oh, sorry.
So, 4s. Damn it. How much damage?
2, so
Okay.
it becomes 1, right?
Comes 1 because of Death Guard. So shrugging. He takes 3 more wounds. Now down to this team.
Yep.
You've passed over the Fire Warriors.
Yep.
We'll come back to them.
Yeah.
Firing a Mortarion.
Yeah.
Okay, 14 wounds left to get through. What's this?
So missiles.
Okay.
4s to hit.
Oh,
He misses everything. and
4s
he's
to
not
hit.
in
You're
range.
taking the thing.
Yeah, so he missed.
Okay.
And then the plasma projector.
Yes.
He hits and rerolls. No, he doesn't. He rerolls.
A wound roll.
Rerolls a wound roll. Yeah.
Yes.
So wounds on a 4 because it's plasma. Then gets to reroll that.
Okay.
Doesn't do anything.
So the suits have now fired.
Yes.
What are the Fire Warriors firing at?
Probably the Blight Lords because they can't see Mortarion.
Okay. Fire Warriors, rapid fire 36. I'm in rapid fire range and you can see them all. You can see them at that side. You can see. So yeah, 4s to hit.
4s to hit. Rerolling 1s.
Because of the commander. I've said that a few times now.
Yeah, but he's there. He appreciates being called out.
Strength 5, toughness 6 right now with putrescent vitality.
5s.
So you're re-rolling wound rolls of 1.
And another wound roll if I want to.
So that one there. And it's AP minus 1?
No,
it's
it's
AP
minus 2 now because I'm on car.
So minus 1 because of the ruin I'm in. And
Just 1
you
damage.
wound 1 twice.
Yeah.
1 is on, 1 wound.
Pop, pop.
Go, little Fire Warriors, go. So moving down the line to Commander Sunstrike. Right, what you got?
So he's going to start with fusion.
Yes.
Now his warlord trait basically means on 6s to hit, 6s to wound,
Yeah.
it's an extra AP -3. So it
Okay.
doesn't really matter against Mortarion. But you also can't do Disgusting and Resilient against it. Any way you have a feel no pain, it just gets turned off.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
Right.
Fusion.
Yes.
2s.
2s.
That misses.
Oh.
Cool. So I'm gonna. Oh, should I save the command points for the?
Big gun. Or
Save the
sun
command points for
strike?
the big gun.
Oh, right. Okay.
Save the command points for the big gun. So now we've got a plasma.
The plasma hits, worth mentioning, would be hitting on 3s because of miasma, but you get an automatic marker light back to 2s.
Yeah. And then wounding on 4s.
And you can re-roll wound rolls of 1 with
Reroll
Monk.
that. There we go.
So an invulnerable save, or I don't take any shrugs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so that's
damage.
just... Which becomes 2 damage because of Death Guard. He's on 12 wounds
It's almost like
left.
he's a normal model. Missile pod.
I assure you, that Mortarion is not normal.
Not normal. And then wounding on 5s.
Reroll
Rerolling
ones.
1, and I can reroll a wound because of Farsight Enclaves. Doesn't wound.
Okay, you tickled him,
Tickled him.
made him angry.
That's the guns.
Storm Surge.
Storm Surge.
Point blank range Mortarion.
Big gun, yeah.
So this is the big gun of doom.
Yeah.
That does 12 damage.
Yes.
At 24-inch range.
Hit on 4s.
Yes. How are you hitting
Hits
on
once.
4s?
Because it hits on 3.
Oh yeah, because the marker light.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're within.
Command point.
Okay. They
Hits
both
twice.
hit.
Wounds
Strength
on
what?
2s because it's
Why?
strength 16.
I'm toughness. Oh, I was about to say it's toughness 8
2s re-rolling 1s.
because of Monk Car.
Yeah. Now it's your 4-up invuns. Or death.
You would have noticed that I haven't spent a CP on my invulnerable
I
save
noticed
reroll
that, yeah.
yet. I've got 12 wounds left.
Yeah.
I need to make both of these. I make both of these, he's okay.
Demon.
Right, it's not over. It's got loads of guns. It's got a cluster missile system. It's got the SMS on the shoulders. It's got burst cannons. And it's got 2 destroy missiles. And we're firing the 2 destroy missiles now, which hit on 4s. And wound on 3s. Did you do the re-roll, the normal re-roll?
Yeah. No, I spent
wounds,
a CP. Oh, no, I didn't.
No,
So
you
I'm
might as
gonna
well
reroll
do that one now.
Wounds.
That wounds. Minus a bajillion. I fail that save. How much damage is it? It's 2d3. I'm not going to do a CP reroll because all of these suits may decide to fire at Mortarion and those guns are bigger. So 2d3 damage. For 6 damage, I should have done a CP reroll. Comes 5 damage because of Death Guard. Can I shrug any of these? Am I allowed to shrug
Where's
them
it
against?
per...
No, that's the total
per
damage
weapon?
of the
Okay,
one
cool.
shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a...
You've done this a lot of times there. You can
well, yes, I can. I can't.
You didn't.
Only shrug 1.
4 damage.
He's on 8 left.
That's
He's
good.
more than half dead.
Cluster rockets.
Cluster rockets?
46 shots. And
Okay.
up some dice.
Right, you've got a hit now. 4s. 5s to wound. And a reroll wound rolls of 1.
Didn't I do that? No, because
He's
there's no
mock
reroll
call.
inside of...
Oh yeah, no rerolls
Yeah.
because of him. Did we reroll any earlier? I'm not
I
sure.
think I CP'd one.
We'll ignore it.
Minus 2.
So much to remember.
Yeah.
AP minus 2 because of Montcar.
Yeah.
4s. And then shrugs. He's on 6 wounds remaining.
Ooh.
SMS, 8 shots.
4s. 5s.
And these are minus 2.
4.
Because of
Minus 2.
Montcar.
Yeah.
4 up and buns. Shrugging. He's on 5 left. Burst cannons.
12 shots.
This is 5s to wound.
Yeah. It's normally AP dash. So 1.
It's AP minus 1 because of Montcar.
Yeah.
4 up. Yay. Right, I think we might have done some rerolls within range of Mortarion, but that's
Sorry.
my fault. No, it's my fault. I should have caught it. After all your army here has fired at it, he's on 5 wounds left. You've got these fellas down this end that haven't fired yet. I did notice that you put 2 markers on that tank all the way over there.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mortarion, or the tank, decisions. Right, the XV-88s, you've decided to split fire because split fire always works. The big guns are going to go down on the Plague Burst Crawler there. The SMS, of which there's 8 shots each, 24 shots, are going into Mortarion.
Yeah.
You are going to be counting as though you've got a marker light on you.
Mm-hmm.
So 4s become 3s, become 4s again because of trees and da-da-da.
Yeah.
But you can't re-roll anything because you're not in re-roll range.
Or he's turning off the
He's
rerolls.
turning off
Yeah.
the re-roll. Yeah. So bajillion shots, 24 shots, hitting on 4s, coming up.
This is the AI shooting.
Okay. They're very smart AI. Smart missiles.
Yeah.
They've been to school and everything. So 5s to wound, at AP -2 because
Yeah.
of Montcar, and against anyone else, you'd have some rerolls. There's 3 there, look. There was another one.
Was there? Oh, yeah.
4s. I'm shrugging. He's on 4 wounds remaining. And now 6 heavy rail rifles aim up the street down to the Plague Burst Crawler. And you'll hit on 3s.
Yeah.
Don't you love it? Tau hitting on 3s.
It's good.
4 hits. Strength?
9.
Okay, toughness 8.
3s to wound. Oh dear. And I would be re-rolling.
Well, now you can do your reroll. You get a free reroll.
Am I not in range of Mortarion though? So.
Oh no, you don't get. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't do it.
So that's 2.
Right.
AP minus a lot with a mortal wound in addition.
5 invulnerable saves.
So you make 1.
What is it now?
D3 plus 3 damage and a mortal wound.
Okay.
So 6, 7 with the mortal wound. Minus 1.
6.
Yeah.
-1 for me. So 6 damage. Ooh, that could have been much, much worse. Last thing left to fire. The Fire Warriors here firing up at Mortarion. Hitting on 4s.
No rerolls.
It would be worse to hit, but, you know, Farsight and Montcar. I said worstest to hit. That's a word now.
Yeah, my brain's already fried. It's only round 1. Right. I didn't even notice. 5s to wound.
More coffee.
So that's 4 AP minus 2.
Is it?
Yeah. So it could kill him if he failed everything.
No, Mortarion will not die to puny Fire Warriors.
He doesn't die. He takes
doesn't
2
die.
and then 2 shrugs. He definitely doesn't die.
He's on 4 wounds.
I'm charging you.
Remaining. No, you're not. You're
Yes, I
Tau.
am. Sunstrike is going in with the Onaga Gauntlet.
Really?
Yeah,
I
here's
feel
the
like-
charge. You're welcome.
Commander Sunstrike engages Mortarion, the Demon Primarch. Normally 4 attacks, but 6 attacks because it championed the twist for this battle.
Yep.
Normally 3s to hit, but 4s to hit because Miasma of Pestilence.
And you don't get shrugs, remember?
Oh, yeah. I
and
don't get
6s
feel
are
no
like an
pain.
additional minus and stuff.
Okay.
Alright, so hitting on 4s. He hits
That's 3 hits.
times.
Exactly the right.
I want extra because wounding's going to be... Wounding
You're
on
strength
3s.
12, I'm toughness 8.
I'll save the CP.
Are you
for
sure?
the wound. Okay, I'm going to CP. CP. No.
Only 3 hits. Onaga Gauntlet, strength 12 minus 4, 3 damage. I reduce all damage by 1.
Yes.
You need 2 to get through.
Yeah.
So you're wounding on 3s.
3s. 2 go through.
You're nervous.
Yeah.
4 up invulnerable saves or a Tau takes down Mortarion in close combat, which has never happened
Come
before.
on, Sunstrike. Yes! And you get no shrugs.
Put the CP in the pot.
What?
Put the CP in the pot.
What?
And it doesn't help me.
Was
No!
that a 4-up explosion or something?
No, that's to re-roll a failed invulnerable save.
Oh. Oh.
Re-roll the failed invulnerable save. So the 6 damage becomes 4 damage, he dies.
Yes.
And I think you asked me if I explode.
Yeah.
He does on a 4.
Yeah, of course he does. Oh!
Right, everything within 6 suffers D3. Putrescent explosion as he just disappears back into the warp. We'll do the Storm Surge first. He takes 1.
Yeah.
We'll do Sunstrike. He takes 3.
He loves it though, he comes back.
Sunstrike is down to 6 wounds remaining because he is the champion. How many has the Storm Surge got?
21.
And at the end of Tau, turn 1, you've got 3 points for holding on to your 3 objectives. I've got 3 points for holding on to my 3 objectives. It's 3 points each, but 490 points has just been evaporated from the table. However, it took all of the Tau shooting to do it. Now let's find out how the Death Guard respond in turn 2. Okay, here we are after my movement phase. Haven't moved the tank down here. I'm on that objective. And I haven't brought in my Lord of Contagion yet, because you've still got some reserves to come in. And I don't know if I need to drop him there or drop him further down the field later on. And what I've done, bravely and heroically, is hide my tanks over here away from the Storm Surge. I don't want that big nasty thing shooting at me. It means he can fire at that tank over there. Or, because if he stands still, he rerolls hits, basically. So this way, I'm forcing a bit of a movement from him. And instead, pressurize this flank. I've done my Psychic phase as well. I've put Miasma and Pestilence, -1 to hit, and +1 Strength and Toughness, Putrescent Vitality on the Terminators from my Plague caster. And I'm making my way forward. And then over here, this tank has rumbled round. It's 12 inches. Pressure rise here is now my plan. And bravely and heroically fall back and cut turtle up in this corner here. So now we're going to go on to the shooting phase. I'm going to unload the combi bolter into the Tau. And I'm going to hit them on 3s. And I'm going to wound them right now on 2s because they're toughness 2 because of contagion. But they do get a +1 to save because of the wall. 4 up becomes a 3 up save.
Still fair one.
Still fair one. Drop dice don't count. And then what I'm going to do is fire all this big mess here into the Tau Fire Warriors, except for the blight launchers that are going to go on there. And I'm burning a CP, so I've got +1 to hit. It's called Vermid Whispers. Here's the blight launchers. 3 of them hit. And I reroll wound rolls of 1 because it's a plague weapon. And 2 of them wound onto the suits. 2 5-up saves. Each doing 2 damage.
So 1 dies and 1's on 2 wounds.
2 wounds. And then we have a bajillion shots into the Fire Warriors. Hitting on 2s because of Vermid Whispers. Wounding on 2s because of Contagion. You've got a bajillion 3-up saves to make because of the wall. Do I wipe the squad?
2.
Kill something. Unit of Fire Warriors wiped out. Now I'm going to burn a CP on Overwhelming Generosity, which means plague weapons increase 6-inch range. And I've got my Foul Blight Spawn down into the ruined chapel. So I can spurt on that last remaining suit. And I have D6 hits, auto hits. Ooh. And these are strength 8 because it's the viscous death. So 3s to wound. And I think they're AP -3. They are. You need 6s.
He did.
He did. 2 units wiped out, which makes this a bit more manageable potentially because you've got 5 Plague Marines and 10 Terminators charging down towards their lines. This area, much less manageable. I started on the XV88, so I'll finish with this tank. I'm not going to burn any CP and making my damage better because then you'll just burn CP on Savior Protocols. So let's do the Stubbers on 3s and I will wound that unit on 4s and I do 2 wounds at -1 into the XV88 unit.
3-up saves on the suit. 1 takes 1 wound.
Okay. And then the Entropy Cannons. Hit both times. I need 3s to wound. Wound both times. You need 6s.
6s. Savior Protocols. Joker's pop.
On one of them, or is that both? How does Savior Protocols work?
Let's check, shall we?
Yeah. So Savior Protocols. It is, what is it?
So it gets rid of one of those.
One of those.
Saves. Yeah.
You pick a drone within. Okay, so the other one does D3 + 3 damage.
Yes.
For 6 damage.
There's 1 wound left. 1
wound remaining. And here comes the mortar. 3 shots. Hits twice. Wounds once. -2.
4 up. He's fine.
Damn it.
Just about.
The other tank. Firing through the trees on 4s with the Stubbers. Trying to take off that last wound. And then 4s. At -1. 3-up saves.
He dies.
He's dead. And you've got a wound that you can put on a drone then. Or on one of the big suits. Because now you've got entropy cannons coming in.
Yeah, so the drone's gone. Because I could take 1 entropy cannon.
Entropy cannons. I've missed. Do I burn another CP?
Oh wait, sorry, I should have saved on that drone.
Why? No, because you put 1... you failed the saves. I think we did that wrong. You're supposed to allocate the saves, then roll the saves.
So I did them all on him. So
yeah, but you would have failed on the drone anyway. Yeah, because what you do is you're right. I'll roll this one on him. Now he's dead. And then you can choose to roll the other one on a drone or a suit. And whatever one you'd have chosen to roll that dice on, a drone or a suit, you rolled a 1 or 2 anyway, would have failed. Yeah?
No.
No. So I did damage, and one of them killed the suit, and you should have rolled the save separately.
Oh, I hate this mechanic.
You should have. So you roll 1 save for the suit, because the suit was on 1 wound. He's dead. Yeah?
Yeah.
On one of the saves.
Yeah.
And then the other save you roll separately, and you put where you want.
Yeah.
And you could have said, well, I'll put it on the drone instead.
Right.
But you failed that save anyway. Wherever you put it, you failed to save anyway.
Oh, yeah, because he's not the last one in the unit.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah?
I'm not brain zone.
Okay. The entropy cannons miss. Now, I need to decide whether I want to CP reroll one of them. Because it potentially is 6 damage. And then fire the mortar up and over. I think I want to CP reroll one of them. It helps. And now we'll do this right this time. Now I wound, and I wound. And now you can choose to put that save on a drone or on your suit. If it goes on a drone, it will kill a drone. If it goes on the suit, you need a 6.
So I'll put it on the drone?
Yes.
Because there's 6 damage.
Yes.
Okay, now there's no drones left.
Okay.
There we go.
Well, that was the wound roll, and then it would have been minimum 4.
Yeah.
Now the mortar. 6 shots. Awesome stuff. And this hits on 4s because of firing through trees. 2 hits. Wounds on 3s. One wound.
Minus?
2.
For save. Makes it.
So I've killed an XV-88 finally. That's
Yeah.
2 turns, by the way, of entropy cannon tanks firing at them with drones. That's end of my shooting phase as well. Now, I don't think there's any charges. I think I'm too far away here to charge. I think that's the end of my turn.
Ooh.
You don't have morale because drones don't count for morale.
Yeah.
So I killed a crisis suit team. I've killed a fire warrior team, and I get 3 points for holding on to 3 of my objectives. And the Tau line is beginning to thin as we go to Tau turn 2. Okay, here we are after the Tau movement phase, and shenanigans have happened. A Cold Star commander, once per battle, can leap up into the air and either go up into reserve and stay up there, or just redeploy down on the battle grid, and you've redeployed him down here to put some pressure in my backfield. And then you burnt 2 CP on the Tau Firesight one, which is drop zone clearance.
Drop zone clear, so reroll all hits and all wounds.
Rerolling all hits and all wounds with fusion coming into my backfield. There still is 5 Plague Marines in that tank there, so I've got some counterpunch. But with Kaon in effect and shenanigans happening, Tau are pressing my lines. I'm talking about shenanigans. Normally when these guys fire, they're terrible at shooting. And if they advance, they can't fire because they're heavy weapons. But you've got Montcar in effect. So you can move and advance and counter stationary. And they move 10. Normally they move 5. You've got a good dice roll. So they came charging, bundling up the table. The marker lights have a 36-inch range, and the only thing in range and line of sight was the tank, and you put 2 here, and that squad, it's the only squad with marker lights remaining. But again, Tau, Firesight, so long as you're within 12, they count as a marker light anyway. The Storm Surge stays still, re-rolling hits and wounds. The anchors are deployed.
Lots of options for that to shoot at.
And then everything here counts as though marker lights on the tank, and these guys actually count as though marker lights on the Terminators if you want to. This Bastion looks like it means to defend this quarter. These are pretty safe for now with the Storm Surge and the Fire Warriors. And you're pressing into my back lines. Now let's go on to the shooting phase. So we're coming round to the Death Guard lines for Commander Sunstrike. And you're doing what now?
So he's got the alternating fusion blaster, which if you draw a straight line between you and your target, it's 12-inch range. So if the target's the Rhino, anything in a line between it, you roll a wound on that as well. So he's firing at this, but actually the target's that.
Okay.
So he has to hit on 2s. Hits.
He hits. Strength 8.
Yeah, so 3s. So that wounds on the Rhino. Minus a lot, d6 plus 2 damage.
I don't get a save.
So d6 plus 2 for 7.
Is that 7 damage?
That's 7 damage.
It's on 3 left.
And then I roll on this, which is 4s.
To wound the tank.
Doesn't wound, but I get to reroll a wound because of Farsight Enclaves.
Yes.
That wounds.
So you do wound the tank. So I need a 5 up and vulnerable save. I fail the 5 up and vulnerable.
6 plus 2 for 3.
Which becomes 2 because of Death Guard. That reduces damage by 1. Rhinos don't have that keyword. The plasma was going into the tank. The missiles are going into the Poxwalkers. Here's the plasma into the tank. It hits. Doesn't wound. Thank heavens.
And thank heavens.
Missiles into the tanks.
Hits.
Yes, strength 7.
Into the Poxwalkers.
Poxwalkers, sorry.
2s.
2 wounds. It's 2 damage each. So I need 6s. And 6s for disgustingly resilient. No, 2 of them blow up. Now the Crisis team. It needs to play Burst Crawler. 6 fusion.
3s, re-rolling.
Because you count as though you have a marker light hit and everything hits.
And then
strength 8.
4s, re-rolling.
Re-rolling everything.
So only 3.
Only 3. I'm saying there's a chance.
There's definitely a chance with your rolling.
I make 1. So 2d6 damage.
For 7, it's got lots left. I'm going to command point that one.
Okay. With reduction to damage, that tank has 3 wounds remaining. If it didn't have an invulnerable save and disgustingly resilient, it would be dead.
Yes.
So anything but a Death Guard tank, dead.
So Sunstrike will just have to go wheeling in again.
Well, it's not a good corner.
Yeah. He's got fly keyword, so he can just go over the barricade.
Right, XV-88s at this tank?
Yes, and the smart missile systems are going to go, because they can't really hurt that tank, are going to go over into your Blight Lords.
Okay.
So, starting with the heavy rail rifles.
Yes.
Hitting on 3s. Hit twice.
Okay.
Wounding on 3s. Wounds that, but I get to re-roll.
Wound all the time.
No.
Didn't help you.
Just 1.
5 up? No.
D3 plus 3 for 6, 7 damage in total.
Because of the mortal wound?
Yeah, so it goes down to 6.
It's got 6 left.
It's dead.
And it doesn't blow up. It just gets shot through with railgun holes.
Economy of effort.
And is gone. Now the SMS firing into the Blight Lord Terminators.
Hitting on 4s.
Sorry, hitting on 5s because of -1 to hit.
Yeah.
And then winning on 5s because of toughness 6 right now.
That's 4 at -1.
-1, +1 for the cover. So 2 up saves. I'm okay. SMS ignore cover, but I'm still okay.
Yeah.
Right, the Fire Warriors can't see anything and they're not in line of sight and range. We're on to the Storm Surge and the Crisis teams in the back lines. Storm Surge can fire its SMS down into the Terminators, but the rest of them it actually can't see.
Yeah.
So apart from the SMS from the Storm Surge, it has to fire at the Rhino, unless you want to crack the Rhino with the other stuff and then fire the big guns into the stuff that gets out of the Rhino. But if you do that, the reason why I deliberately placed it there is because I could put the Plague Marines, just letting you know, back there, so I can't get hit by
so
all
I'm
the
gonna
other
fire
big nasty stuff.
Everything apart from the SMS into that.
Okay.
Yeah. So
let's do the Big Gun of Doom.
Big Gun of Doom. The
4s.
thing is that it has a version with 6 shots that does 4 damage.
Well, if one of these gets through, it kills
true.
it.
Let's do that instead. So it's hitting on 4s.
Yes. And you can re-roll hits because you put your stabilizers down.
That's true. Oh, I forgot about that. Thank you.
They both
Hits
hit.
twice.
Strength 16.
2s. Rerolling a wound. Don't need to.
Minus a bajillion.
24 damage.
24 damage. I think that's a dead Rhino.
Does it blow up?
No. But do any guys die? Imagine this massive gun went slamming through the hull.
Cause it.
Did it pulp anyone as the shot went through? It pulped one of them.
Ooh.
Nearly 4 of them. Plague Marines come out here. And then 2 wounds came through on the Terminators with the SMS. And they ignore cover. But I'm okay.
Yeah.
And I rolled 3 dice. I don't know why I rolled 3 dice.
You saved them all though. Just how good you are at rolling 5s, right?
Yeah.
Now we're going to start this alley of hate.
Yes.
And everyone's firing into them.
What about the Terminators? Aren't you scared of the Terminators?
Well, only they can even see. Tell you what, we'll start at this end.
Start at this end.
So we've got 6 Thunderhammers.
Right. 6 Thunderhammers firing in.
3s.
Yes.
Rerolling 1s.
Because of the commander.
Missed.
And your strength 8 and toughness 5.
Rerolling any 1s and rerolling a hit.
Rerolling the wound.
Wound, I know.
And these are AP minus?
3. No, if you minus 4.
You're in 12-inch range. I don't get a save.
3 damage. I've never killed Death Guard in 1 hit.
Well, you just did.
Yeah. Let's do it again.
Okay.
So we've got the 2 plasma on this guy. So here's the good plasma with invulnerable saves.
Yeah.
So it hits on that. Wounds on 2s. Wounds. And it's dead. Yeah. And they're gone.
You killed all my dudes. So now on to the missile team, which are just within 12 inches. It's like you measured up or something.
Yeah.
And you remembered something that you forgot last turn.
Yeah, so the Crisis Sergeant, he has Resonator Warheads.
Okay.
Basically, it's an extra shot.
Yes.
It's an extra strength.
Yes.
But same AP, same damage. So -2 and 2 damage.
Okay.
-3 at this range. And if I hit, it halves your movement.
But my movement's only 5.
Well, now it's 3.
Okay.
If I hit.
Oh, the other thing I just remembered is your sergeants have got iridium suits as well.
Well,
I don't know if that came
think
into
any of those teams have been hit yet. Because the team you killed was normal.
Was the normal team?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so 3
something.
shots instead of 2 shots.
Yeah.
Right, so you're in range, so you get +1 to hit, but it's -1 to hit because of miasma or pestilence, so it's 4s.
So 4s rerolling 1s because of the commander. We haven't mentioned him yet.
I don't think we've mentioned him. There's no
There's
1s,
no
but a
rerolls.
bajillion 2s, look. So the hit means movement's half, right?
Yes.
It's just half now.
Yeah.
Okay, 3s to wound.
3s, rerolling 1s because of Montcar, and then rerolling a hit wound because of that.
Right. And then -2, which becomes -3 because I'm on car.
Yeah, but you're in cover.
Which becomes -2 because of cover.
So 4 ups.
4 up saves. Each doing 2 damage. Which becomes 1 damage. So 1 was injured.
Oh.
So it kills 1 and another 1 is down to 1 wound remaining. And that's it for the shooting phase. A Plague Marine squad wiped out. Tank wiped out. Another tank over there wiped out. This Plague Burst Crawler is down to 3 wounds remaining. And because you only need to get within 2 inches of a unit when they're on one side of a barricade, this is only a 7-inch charge.
Yeah.
Because tower charging again. What is going on?
Here we go. He's in.
And then you would have made a 9. So Sunstrike makes the charge with his Onager Gauntlet. 6 attacks because he's your champion.
3s.
Uh-oh.
About 4 hits. Okay.
Strength 12.
So 3s again.
Yes.
And any 6s are AP -7.
Are they?
Yeah.
And
No
you can re-roll a wound every time you kill a
Yeah,
punch
because it shoots or fight. I don't know.
for Farsight Enclaves.
So 2.
Right.
Demon save, basically. Ooh.
How much damage?
3.
Which becomes 2. I'm on 1 wound remaining. He doesn't kill it. I've got 4 attacks. He's always got 4 attacks. Fear me. I hit on 6s. I don't hit you. That's the end of that fight. And that's the end of turn 2. You get 3 points as well. So you got 3, 6 in turns 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I've had 3 and 6 in turns 1 and 2. It is 6 points each. But all of a sudden, I've got problems. I've got 99 problems, and the tower definitely won because I'm going to need to drop Polisin over on this objective and hold it there. And then these guys will be able to sneak around at some point and shoot him, maybe. Plus, there'll be lots of fusion that could jump over and do some damage to him. But he does have Transhuman. He does have Hulking for Seek. In the meantime, my Terminators, whose movement is halved, are going to try and charge into the tower lines in turn 3. Here we are after my movement phase. Quite simply, I need to defend these 2 objectives down here. So the Poxwalkers moved around before my Plague Marines got out. They charge, they kill Sunstrike. And the tank stays in close combat. It's going to be hitting on 6s in close combat, but if I pull back, then I might better tickle some wounds off of him.
Maybe.
They're a problem for later.
Yeah.
But at least I have objectives secured. If I hold on to my objectives, Polis's drop down here, I could potentially win the game if the Terminators manage to break on through to the other side and cause some trouble to your lines. We're checking and double checking the rules about half move. I think they move 2.5. But it's an 8-inch charge to this side of the wall to engage them. But there is a tower strap which reduces charges.
Yeah, repulsor field technology, -2 to charge for battlesuit units.
Brilliant. I did advance up here with my Viscous Death guy, so he can spurt down onto these units down here. Of course, if I do make the charge as well, it means I'm in Storm Surge range, which is lovely. So the idea
New
is
range of the game, Storm Surge range.
defend my objectives, push into your objectives. That is the winning move. So let's go on to the Psychic phase. Miasma on the Terminators fails this time, so no minuses to hit, and Putrescent Vitality passes.
Deny the witch. That's a bad joke.
You don't even know what. So you don't know what a witch is.
No, no idea.
It's all technology.
Definitely don't know about denying one.
Shooting phase. I'm going to spend a CP on making his range even longer and try and hit them. Splurge. And it has 5 auto hits. And I wound on 3s. And I re-roll 1s. And they are all -3, 2 damage. But you do have shield generators on that squad.
Yeah.
So 5 4-up saves.
So
Each
I make
doing
2. So that's 1 dead, 1.5 dead.
So 1 died, 1 took 2 wounds, and then I fired everything from the Terminators into the suits, and suits count as infantry.
Yeah.
So they had a 2-up save behind the room.
2-up save, 4-up invuln. The sergeant actually had a 1-up save if I chosen to put the points on him.
I put 2 wounds.
On a guy.
With everything. So that's the shooting phase down in this corner. Now we're coming over here. 2 entropy cannons to Sunstrike's face.
I need some dice.
Dodge this. I hit you once. I wound you on a 3. I wound you. 4-up invulnerable save. Whoop. You know what? You've already done a CP reroll. And this is D3 plus 3.
Yeah.
He's still on 2. Oh, no, command point. Yay! You kill my warlord. I slay yours. Okay, so that leaves...
Didn't really go out in a blaze of glory, did he?
He killed Mortarion in close combat.
He should have died then! Die when you're doing something heroic, not when you get dick punched by a tank.
A Tau commander destroyed a demon Primarch in close combat.
And then he went back to being normal Tau and bounced off a tank.
Right, they're going to rapid fire into them. Death Guard rapid fire at full range on 3s. And then 5s. That's 3 wounds.
So 3 2-up saves because I put it on the Sarge.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, he's okay.
Fine, yeah.
Right, yeah, that's the end of my shooting phase. Killed your Warlord and killed a few things. Now, I mean to charge with my Terminators. And you're spending 2 CP on what now?
Repulsor impact field. It's basically -2 to charge.
-2 to charge, so I need a 10.
10, yes.
It's a 7. I'm going to CP reroll it because I really need to get in there.
You're going to do it.
And that's a 9.
Oh, yes!
I failed the charge. So at the end of turn 3 for the Death Guard, it's 9 points to 6. Still got my other 3. You've still got a chance of scoring your other 3. It's basically as soon as one of us takes one of these objectives or doesn't score one of them, we've lost the game. Drop dice count. So let's find out what the Tau do in turn 3. See, the thing is, I'm always playing with them in my hand.
Yeah.
People are telling, what's that clacking in the background? That's me doing the nervous. I need to put them down. So here we are in the Tau movement phase. After the Tau movement phase, Monkar is still in effect for turns 1, 2 and 3, which means you can advance and charge and counter stationary. The fusion team here have hopped over here, advancing. You rolled a fat 6. They moved 16 inches. And you can counter stationary and shoot the crap out of Pollux. If you fail to kill him, he will murder you. But you've got your +1 to hit. You've got all those sort of shenanigans going on here. And if you take that objective off me, then I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. You advance with the XV-88s again, because you can. And their SMS could hit Pollux. And their railguns can now see this tank down here. You had to move the Storm Surge so it could get a line of sight in on the Terminators.
I shuffled as we were chatting then to make sure I was in 12 for the +1 to hit for Markalites.
So you're within 12 now?
Yes, yeah, the lead guy.
Cool, which makes my charge easier.
It does.
But Storm Surge firing at Terminators without -1 to hit now, plus your commander, plus battle suits. It's going to be interesting to see. You're trying to stop me breaking through there and trying to break through over on the other side. There was some advancing over here to get this unit down, but again, you count as stationary.
Was it a 10-inch move, so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, now let's pull the trigger. So we're starting with the Storm Surge with the diffused shot.
Yes.
So instead of
2 shots.
Yes.
Strength 16 minus a lot.
Yeah.
12 damage. It's heavy 6.
Yeah.
Strength 12 minus 2, 4 damage.
6 shots, strength 12 still.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Three's to hit because you're within 12.
3's to hit.
Okay. And then strength 12 wounds on 2s.
And I get to reroll. Oh, I don't need to.
You don't need to.
So it's -2.
-2.
-1 because you're in cover.
So 3-up saves and each doing 4 damage.
Yeah. Kills 1.
1 gets wiped out. Cluster missile system.
Yep.
Number of shots.
Lots.
Because of the range, they're hitting on 3s. And winning on 5s.
AP.
It is AP -1. If you were within 9, it would be AP -2 right
I wasn't
now.
getting that close.
But AP -1. +1 for the cover though.
Yeah.
So 2s.
1 damage.
1 takes an in. Well, yeah. One wound.
Yep.
2 destroy missiles.
3s. Both hit. 2s because it's strength 12. Both wound.
4 of them vulnerable saves?
Yes. 2d3 damage.
Command point. Yeah.
Okay, so 2d3 damage on the one that got through.
That kills 1. Yeah, 3 becomes 2. So 1 is on 1 wound.
Yeah. These are the smart missiles.
Okay.
So 3s.
That was not good.
Yeah, I kind of dropped them then, didn't I? And then 5s. 1 at -1.
I'm okay because +1 for the ruin. 12 shots with the burst guns.
Yes.
This guy has got all the guns.
All the guns. Cool. 3s. And then 5s. 2. Fine.
1 still on 1 wound remaining. Going with the missile pods.
Yep.
Missile systems. 3s to hit.
3s to hit, rerolling 1s.
The blues half my movement again.
Yep.
And then 3s to wound.
3s to hit at -2 this time because we're not inside 9.
Reroll a wound.
re-roll the ones because...
No, just one, because you're
Just
outside of 9.
Yeah.
If you were within 9, you'd
I
be
could've
re-rolling
re-rolled those,
ones.
yeah.
It's 9, then 12, then 15.
So that is
All at
that
once.
many at -2.
These are 3-up saves because of the ruins. One was injured. He gets wiped out. And it's 2 damage, which becomes 1 damage. One's on 2 wounds. Sultan, there's still 7 left.
Yeah, Death Guard is still done.
Where are we going?
Plasma at the back here.
Okay,
so 4
is there
shots.
a pimped plasma or something?
No, that's him.
That's him, okay.
So 3s.
Yes.
Everything hits.
Woo,
Green
4
baggage.
6s.
And then
3s, strength 8.
And
Reroll a
one.
wound.
No, that's not worked for me yet.
Okay. 4 up and vulnerable saves.
3 damage a go.
So that'll kill the guy on 2 wounds,
Yeah.
and 1 is now on 1 wound. You've shot
Yeah.
3 so far. How many CP have I got? I've got enough to pay for the morale if I need to. So there's 5 left. I think you killed 4 in the shooting phase this turn. But my movement is halved. And now we've got some shots into my Lord of Contagion on the other side of the battle grid. Counts as though he has a marker light token, so 3s to hit. 3s to wound. 4s to wound because of transhuman, and you can reroll a wound. He's got hulking physique.
So I can reroll 1 because I'm inside one car.
Yes.
I can reroll 1 because I'm far side, for God's sake.
Okay. 4 up and Vun.
Yeah.
He's got 9 wounds, remember? And make my 4 up and Vun.
This is the tower I remember.
The thing is, though, if I charge off of there, I'm not on there. XP-88s fire their smart missiles into him, and the big gun's going to come down here. The smart missiles did this number of wounds, because I'm toughness 6 right now, because of the champion thing. Fail one of them. He's on 8 wounds remaining. And now firing through the trees into the tank. Back to 5s. For the first time this game, you're actually hitting on 5s.
Hit twice.
Brilliant.
Hitting on 3s
Yep.
with a reroll. Still, every time.
5 up and vulnerable save or death.
Yeah. What's a mortal wound in addition, so...
Oh, well, then it's definitely dead. And that means it would have blown up. Sultan, you can hurt me if you want. It's D3 on them and D3 on the Rhino. The Rhino's only got 3 left.
Rhino! Yay!
Rhino's dead. Does that blow up as well? Oh dear.
This thing-
D3 on them.
For 1.
Okay, they take a wound.
Yeah.
And then the Rhino, I need to check the book. It's another D3 within 6. So I like to think the rail cannon shot through both of them. A chain reaction. Boom, boom.
Nice.
So D3 on the Poxwalkers.
1.
I can shrug that on a 6. I don't shrug it. D3 on them. 1. So that'll kill the one that was injured.
Yeah.
And when the smoke clears, it looks like this. All of a sudden, there's no one on this objective down here. That's the end of the shooting phase. Would you like to charge? No charges coming up. And that's the end of Tau turn 3. I'm going to burn 2 CP, putting me down to 2 remaining to keep my Blight Lord Terminators in the game. So it's 9 points each, and both sides are running out of assets. The Tau firepower has been brutal, but these Blight Lord Terminators finally, hopefully, should be able to make a charge this turn in Death Guard, turn 4. Okay, here we are after my movement and psychic phase. I've had to advance with the Plague Marines to double team these 2 objectives here. And Polos, my Lord of Contagion, has left that objective to charge these. He is not backing down from a fight. Plus, I need to kill them. I can't withstand. I got lucky on the saves and the wounds last time. I can't withstand that again. They must die. And after he kills them, he'll retreat back onto the objective and keep digging in the ruins. Now, the reason why I'm willing to give up that 1 point over there is because over here, my Terminators, finally in turn 4, after being slowed down twice, have made their way out of the ruin. And this will be a 5-inch charge to get to that side of the barricade. Did the psychic phase. I'm not +1 toughness this time, but I am -1 to hit. Didn't get any pestilential fallout going on. So minuses to hit me. Yeah, 5 guys left. Now let's shoot. Starting off with a viscous death from the foul blight spawn into the Terminator should make this charge and kill them. So I'm going to spit on them. Just checking the range. I am in within 12, and it is 1 auto hit, but I can re-roll that with a viscous death for 1 auto hit, which will win on a 3. And I can't re-roll the 2.
It's the first time that's ever happened.
I know. So let's line up some shots with the Blight Lords. So only a couple of combi bolters could see, and they fired into this squad and didn't do any damage because 2-up saves. But the 2 Blight launchers there can draw line of sight through to this unit, so I'm going to fire them at that unit. And I hit 3 times. And I reroll once. And then -2. 2 damage.
4 up invuns.
Yes, well, 4 up and then a 3 up on your sergeant. So you have to do it separately.
Is it 2 damage a go?
Yes.
Okay, so do 1 first. 4 up. 4 up. 3 up. He dies.
So that's a shooting from the Terminators. One of the Crisis teams have died. This unit can't shoot because it advanced. And Wallace can't shoot because it doesn't have a gun.
Oh.
So now I'm going to charge your Crisis team. And Sultan Plays is going to Overwatch.
Let's give it a go. 6s.
Yeah.
I get a hit.
You get a hit.
And do I reroll things? I don't, do
No.
I just reroll wounds.
Force to wound, but you get to reroll one of these. You get to reroll that.
Yay.
Wound. 4 up, invulnerable save.
Oh.
Ah. And then I make the charge.
Is Overwatch ever satisfying for anyone?
Sometimes it can be if you've got lots and lots of flamers. But before we get jobby over there, it's a 5-inch charge over it. You're making it longer again.
Yeah.
It's a 7-inch charge over here.
It's 1 CP.
Is it? We'll put 1 back from the last 2.
Did, yeah.
Okay. 7-inch charge over here because of your repulsor tech. And make the charge. So we end up here after the charge phase. Would you like to heroically intervene with your commander?
Absolutely effing not.
So now I'm going to fight you, and I'm spending a CP on Vermid Whispers. Let's start off with my flails. I've got 6 attacks each.
What does Vermid Whiskers do with
Oh,
this?
I hit on 2s instead of hitting on 3s. So 12 attacks with the Flail of Corruption, Mace of Absolutions on 2s. And I rolled 3 ones, so that's 9 hits. And these are strength 6.
3s.
Strength 5, sorry, but your toughness is now 4 because of contagion. So 3s to wound. And
You only lose 1s, that's 8.
And then -2. 2 damage. 4 up invulnerable save on this dude.
It's fine. It's not fine, so he's dead.
Right.
Now we'll go to the other guy who's not got a thing.
So you're going to put it on the Iridium guys now?
Nope.
No?
Yeah, no, because he's got the special missile, hasn't he? So
Okay.
he lives, yeah.
Right.
So 2 on the normal guy, 4 ups. He's dead.
Now the Iridium
Now the Iridium
guy.
guy,
These
3
are 3 up
ups.
saves.
He lives.
He lives on 2 wounds remaining. Well, he thinks he's okay. But there's 3 axes.
Yeah.
2s. And 3s re-rolling 1s. They're plague weapons. At AP -2. So those are -1 because your Iridium suit, you need 5 3 up saves. Each do 1 damage, just
Okay.
1.
He did.
And I take him out, the Blight Lord
Will he live
Terminators.
he'll live if I do a thing, won't he?
If you do a CP reroll and roll
Because you'll
a
probably
3,
consolidate. Yeah.
you will live.
I'm going to do a CP. He doesn't live.
Phew. Because you can fire into combat and
Yeah.
all sorts of things, and finally the Blight Lord Terminators make a dent, and I steal that objective off of you. So we come over to my table quarter, to the Lord of Contagion. He's got +2 attacks because of the champion thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the overhand swing. So
Ooh.
7 attacks. It means I hit on 3s instead of 2s.
Yeah.
And I hit 5 times. Strength 7, you're currently toughness 4.
Yeah.
So I wound you on 3s.
Yeah. Ooh.
And it is a plague weapon. So I wound you 3 times, and that's -3, 2 damage.
So 4 up invuns no matter what.
Okay.
Oh! They live!
Wow. Okay, Crisis suits in combat. How many attacks do they have each? 1 or
4 for
something?
the Sarge,
Really?
3 each for the other 2, yeah.
That's a lot of attacks.
They've not got any weapons though.
No.
So there's no AP or anything.
They still hit on 5s, right, in close combat. Tau don't know how to punch.
Yes, let's learn. Let's find out together.
Yeah, they still hit on 5s.
Yeah,
Okay,
they still have
5s.
5s! It's pretty good, guys.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good for you guys.
Strength 5.
So 4s to wound.
Toughness 6 right now.
1.
Because of the +1
Oh, so
toughness.
nothing. No wound.
So, Paulus, my Lord of Contagion, came charging through and swung at a Crisis team and did no damage to them.
Everyone's bouncing today, don't worry. Sunstrike just rebounded off the tank.
However, it was 9 points each. But at the end of my turn, I get 1, 2, 3, 4 for taking that objective off you over there.
Yeah.
So, suddenly, it is 13 points to 9.
Yeah.
You need to clear your lines and somehow take an objective off me. Let's find out how Sultan does in turn 4. Okay, turn 4 movement for the town, very simple. Hold on to this objective down here. Operation Kill the Blight Lord Terminators is now in effect. Operation Kill Mortarion worked.
Yep.
Operation Kill Blight Lord Terminators. They are -1 to hit,
Yeah.
but everything's within 12.
Yeah.
So, far sight, you'll be hitting on 4s.
Yeah.
Okay? And he's hitting on 2s.
Yeah.
And you can score that objective if you kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
Then over in the other table quarter, Crisis is moved 10 now. So the ones engaged with Polos have jumped back onto the objective.
Yeah.
And the XV-88s are aiming between the containers and mean to snipe him in the head with heavy rail rifles.
That's the plan.
Now they're heavy, so you would normally be hitting on 5s.
Yeah.
But you've got stabilising fins on there, so you're back to hitting on 4s.
I might be within 12.
You might be within 12. Let's measure up. You're in 12.
Oh, yeah.
Damn it. Back to hitting on... See, that's in the old edition, they're hitting on 5s right now, but they're hitting on 3s.
Yeah.
Because of far sight. Okay. Oh no.
Yeah.
Right, force to wound though, because transhumans.
It's hard. But I re-roll a wound. And that's 4 mortal wounds in addition.
That doesn't count.
Oh,
right?
sorry. That's 3 more.
3 more wounds in addition. And he's got 8 left. So he's got 5 left.
Yeah.
I need to make a bunch of 4-up saves.
Good luck.
Command point.
Oh.
Damn it. How much damage does it do?
So 4, 8, 12 plus 3.
Because it does D3 plus 3.
Yeah. So the minimum.
So that's 3, 3, 3, even if you got the minimum.
Yeah, so if we actually rolled them, we'd get...
Oh. Many. So that is 6 plus a mortal wound. That's 5 plus a mortal wound. That's 5 plus a mortal wound. -1. Yeah, his head has been well and truly blown off.
With extreme prejudice.
So Operation Drop in the Back Lines and Cause Some Destruction did work in the end. Not by taking this objective, but with their superior movement now, by taking this objective as well. And if you hold on to these 3, at the end of turn 4, it's going to be a draw again.
Yeah.
So Operation Kill the Blight Lord Terminators is now in effect. So what are you starting with?
Storm Surge.
Yes?
Yeah, it's hitting on 3s into them.
It's okay.
4s because of a thing?
Because -1 to hit right now. So you're doing the 6 shots?
Yes.
Okay.
So 4s. That's pretty bad.
Only 2 hits. 2s to wound. Both wound. 4-up invulnerable saves or death. Death. And I've already done a CP reroll. Cluster missiles on 4s. This is after rolling to see how many hits that you had. 4s to wound. I'm not tougher now. And these 3P -1.
I'll roll one of those because of the...
Because you've spent your destroyers, right?
Yeah, they're gone.
Okay.
-1.
+1, drop dice and count. +1 because of the barricade. I'm okay. Destroy missiles you're all out of.
Yeah.
Smart missile systems keep firing.
Yeah.
And wound on 3s. I'll make that save. Burst cannon.
4s. That's better. 4s.
Okay.
That's...
And I'm okay still.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Storm Surge only took out 1. Interesting. Twin Plasma on the regular guy.
Misses.
Reroll 1s. Hits once.
Wounds.
Okay, this is 3 damage.
He's fine.
Then the commander with the special plasma and the other plasma.
Blue ignores invuns.
Okay.
So that one goes through. That one's a save.
Okay, and that's 3 damage, which becomes 2 damage. Basically, I need to make the save, or I lose another one. Interesting. Only killed 1 so far. However, the little Tau Fire Warriors that can. Their pulse rifles are 36-inch range, and 5 of them are in range. And you're spending CP on what now?
So Relentless Onslaught.
Okay.
Relentless Fusillade. Basically, I double the number of attacks, and my AP increases by 1.
Okay.
So you get 3 up saves.
So it's 10 shots. Mind you, if you were in range of like 10 of these guys, that would double the number of attacks with rapid fire. That'd be 40 shots with an increased AP.
I just have to be doing it from across the board.
Yeah.
So,
5s. You roll 4 5s.
Yeah.
Strength 5, toughness 5.
4s with a reroll. -2, so 3 up saves. Could kill the other one. Nope.
No. And interestingly, that is the end of your shooting phase. And interestingly, you get 1, 2, 3, 4 points, exactly the same number of points as me.
Yeah.
So we're about to go into turn 5. It is 13 points each. How did it come to this? I've got 2 units down here holding on to these objectives, and Blight Lord Terminators, who, let's face it, should be dead by now, hanging on by the skin of their teeth as we go to Death Guard turn 5. What now?
So it's something I should have done at the start of the shooting phase.
Okay,
New
so
codex.
it's called
Strike and Fade, yeah.
Yes.
1 CP. after you've shot with a Tau Empire jetpack unit,
yes,
you can then make a normal move of 6 inches and you don't shoot again.
What were you striking? What did you plan to do?
The commander here,
yes,
because you're going to punch these guys to death next turn.
Yes,
he can shoot and jump back.
Okay.
So you
if that's what you intended, if that's what you wanted to do, it makes perfect sense to me. Why would he be there? Yeah. I think it's about the third time you mentioned it off camera.
It is, yeah.
Okay, so burning a CP, he's moving 6 inches back, and now we're going to go on to Death Guard turn 5. So in my turn, the 2 units on these objectives stay very still, try not to move, because their vision is based on movement, and we don't want the Tau guns firing down into the Death Guard lines.
Their little cups of bile are just shaking as these broadsides walk up towards them.
Be very, very quiet. Over here, some advancing with both of these units to get round with the Terminators. Now let's do some psychic stuff. Miasma of Pestilence. Fails. I need to CP reroll that. Passes and perils, which is fine. It's turn 5. It will do 1 mortal wound to him and does 3 mortal wounds to Delirium the Corruptor, who's on 1 wound each. Now Putrescent Vitality passes, and that does another mortal wound to him with Pestilential Fallout. And they are -1 to hit, and they are increased toughness. And now the shooting phase. I'm going to spur on. He's within. I can't spur on him. I can't shoot him. I can't do anything to him because he's not the closest, and you're within range of that thing. So I'm going to spurt on him 5 times.
Oh dear.
And I'll wound you on 3s. He has, so it's AP -3, which become -2 because of that, and you have Iridium, 4 up saves, basically 4 up saves.
Oh, he did.
He's dead. And that is the end of my turn 5. I could charge your commander. I could charge your commander.
I can make it -2 to charge, remember.
How much CP you got? 3.
Yeah, and I'll get 1 back next turn.
There's no point charging your commander. You can make it -2 to charge. It's the end of my turn. That's the end of my game. I get another 4 points.
Yeah.
Essentially, if you stay on there and stay on there stay on here,
we'll draw.
You'll get 4 points as well, and it will be a draw. Somehow, some way. If you kill one of these units. No, actually, you need to get on these objectives to score them. It's at the end of your turn.
Oh, yeah. Crap.
Basically, you need to get on this objective to win the game. As we go on to Tau turn 5. Okay, so in the Tau movement phase, they're staying on there and getting those 2 points. The XV-88s have moved that way. The reason why they've moved that way is because they can now see under the trees into the Terminators. The idea is kill the Terminators again. Your commander scores it. You've also moved forward with all the Fire Warriors over here. They're still on that objective, but now all of them can fire down into the Terminators. Interestingly enough, you need to kill all the Terminators, and Delirium the Corruptor, who's on 1 wound remaining, my foul Blout Spawn, who advanced and I rolled a 1, isn't in range of that objective. So there's 5 models to kill. He's got 1 wound and no invuln.
I think that's this guy's job with the... Oh, he's got no invuln.
And no invuln.
Oh, well, maybe I'll shoot these guys instead then.
Yeah. So, kill these, win.
Okay, is every Terminator here on full wounds, isn't it?
That one's on 1 wound.
Okay, and he's on 1 wound.
And he's on 1 wound, yeah.
Okay.
Last thing we forgot to do is the marker lights coming into this squad.
Both onto those 2 marker lights, they're both going on the Terminators.
Yep.
There's 1 marker
You
light.
get a marker light hit.
That's
the Storm Surge. Interestingly, because the Storm Surge right now is hitting them on 5s.
Yeah.
But it is re-rolling all hits.
Yeah.
So you burn the marker light hit, and now the Storm Surge is hitting on 4s. Drop dice don't count. And 1's on 1 wound. So starting off with burst or SMS or something?
Start with the SMS.
SMS.
So hitting on 4s, right?
Yes. Re-rolling everything, because that's what a Storm Surge does when it doesn't move. Deploys the anchors.
There we go.
Strength 5, toughness 6 right now. I've got both of my spells off.
And I get to re-roll...
Do you want to re-roll one of these wounds?
For the big guns. Just want 1.
I needed 2 because of the barricade. I've got 1 CP left. I am going to burn it because this is my last CP and this is game winning, basically.
Yeah. Oh, he's fine.
Right, okay, that's all my CP done.
Burst cannons.
Burst cannons.
I need more dice. 4s. Re-rolling everything. That's good.
That worked.
Yeah.
These are strength 5? 5s to wound?
5s to wound, yeah.
Okay. 2 up saves.
4 2 up saves.
You're looking to plink off that last wound.
1, please. No.
You haven't plinked off that last wound. Cluster missiles, 15 shots. 4s, re-rolling everything.
4s.
Re-rolling.
That's the reroll. Misses 3 times.
Strength 5, toughness 6. It's that putrescent vitality has been a pain. Oh dear. 4?
4.
4.
-1.
-1, +1 barricade.
Kill that
2s again.
Hey, kills 1 and injures 1.
3 left, Sultan.
Yeah. Pulse blast cannon.
Okay.
Setting.
Diffuse setting. That's a lot of words.
Re-rolling.
Okay. 3 hits so far. 5 hits.
2s.
2s to
with
win.
a re-roll.
And that's your reroll. 5
Working
wounds,
buns.
each doing 4 damage.
It's 3 ups actually now because it's -2. And you recover.
Is it only -2?
At this setting it is, yeah.
Okay.
So 3 ups. So each one is a dead Terminator.
I haven't got any CP. You could clear the squad here.
Maybe. I clear the squad!
Okay, the Terminators are dead. Game-winning move now. Kill Delirium the Corruptor.
Hit on 2s.
Yes.
Wound on 3s.
Yes.
It's AP -4, 3 damage.
Okay. You hit once.
I have a command point.
You wound. He's on 1 wound. Because I perils,
Oh.
that kills him.
Killed by his
Otherwise-
own finicky mind science.
Otherwise, there could have been some more shots here to maybe
There would
take
have
him
been-
out.
18 plus shots. There have been 36 shots because I've doubled it.
You'd have doubled it with that strat again.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
saying.
sorry, not 18. There have been 18 shots.
Well, I'm saying he definitely would have won unless he'd have, if he'd have passed that without perilsing.
Yeah.
But this is the way the world ends. Last turn, I got an extra point, 4 points, but you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the Tau win this day by 1 point. So Tau are brutal again, but lots of overlapping rules in this game because you were getting pluses to hit in a certain range, and then pluses to AP and reroll wound rolls of 1 with Montcar in a certain range, and then Mortarion came along and was turning stuff off in a certain range.
And then I was -1 to hit because of things with Terminators.
With mind bullets and spells.
Yeah.
And it's the first time we played with the new Tau.
Yeah.
I like them.
I
They
do too.
feel like Tau used to feel, which are absolutely brutal in shooting, which is what
And
they...
they're quick. And they're fairly tough, which is nice.
Well, they're quick because of Montcar.
Montcar.
But that allows them to move and fire. These guys moving around and firing is something I've never seen before.
Yeah.
That amount of speed in 2 turns
They
and
can
then
advance
back
as
again.
if they remain stationary in turns 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
So they were just like, off we go, right
Off
up
we
the field
go,
with their
yeah.
big rifles.
Nothing's coming here anymore. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's open up the field of fire. I think I played that right. I think Mortarion potentially could have survived and then started causing some havoc.
Yeah.
It
was close. It was the
it
last
was close.
shot,
You
yeah.
slowing the Death Guard Terminators down, the Blight Lord Terminators down, was definitely worked in your
Considering
favour.
terrain doesn't, that missile
-2.
pack, that minus movement every time was great.
That's true, actually, because Death Guard don't get slowed by terrain. So any other, like Blood Angels, for example, might be -2, or not Blood Angels because they get +1 to charge. But another army that might have -2 to charge because they're going over
because the repulsor
terrain.
field, yeah, and the missile was halving the movement, and yeah.
And then having another -2 to charge because the repulsor field, suddenly getting a -4 to your charge.
Yeah.
When you go flying in there. It's very Tau. I like it.
It's cool.
Your thoughts, your feelings?
I think they're a really cool army. There was a lot to remember. I really, really like how they play, and I feel like they actually stood a chance this game. As you can see by the amount we both have left at this stage.
Yeah.
Tau are a kill army.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily a survive army, but it was really cool, really fun to play. There's lots of synergies I didn't take advantage of because it's a new codex. Loads of cool stuff in there.
What do you think of this bad boy?
I think
You've got to remember as well, by the way, before you give any... This was Death Guard with -1 to damage and minuses to
they
hit
still
and vulnerable.
ripped apart
This
things,
was
yeah.
Death Guard. Imagine this against Space Marines or imagine this against a force without that kind
imagine
of...
this against Imperial Guard.
Yeah.
Poor Layman Russes.
Well, Guard are just going to have to do what Guard do, which is feel...
Bodies.
Bodies are cheaper than machines.
Yeah. But yeah, super cool. This guy, amazing when he could stay still.
Yes.
So when he couldn't stay still, so basically I got to go to a point at the end there where I got into fire and full ballistic skill because I put a mark light down. If you hadn't had the -1 hit, it'd been hitting on 3s, re-rolling
Re-rolling.
everything. With the re-rolls to extra to AP in Montcar, and then rerolls because of Farsight. It's really cool. So I don't think I used him to his full potential because at some points I had to move him to actually allow him to shoot.
Yeah.
But when he stood still at the end there, he totally made 3, wiped out the Blight Lord Terminator squad. So
do you have Riptides?
I have 2. Well, I have 3, but one's in Farsight Enclave's colours.
Nice.
Because he's a Vesa part of the.
Because I'm thinking there's a mean list if you want to get really mean, like triple Riptides, and at least say 2 of them. Because they're 340 points with the upgrades or something.
This was 345. Riptide's like 200, with everything 260 or something. Yeah.
So 2 of them say 700 points. Say 3 Riptides, you're looking at 1,200, 1,300 points. Let's say it's 1,000, as high as 1,300 points. Actually, 3 Riptides is going to be more than that. Let's say it's 1,400 points for 2 of them and 3 Riptides. That still leaves you 600 points for Fire Warriors and.
My most expensive Crisis Suit unit was 200 points.
Okay.
Which is like plasma, I think.
Actually, having said all that, those Crisis Suits were mean. The plasma guys are basically firing thunder hammers at 30-inch range or 36-inch range.
Yeah.
So a unit of 5 of them is firing with, say you give them all the invulnerable saves like you did, which I think is the way to go. So 5 of them firing 10 thunder hammers. That's like 5 Terminators hitting with thunder hammers, because 10 attacks.
Yeah. If you give one of them the invuln ignoring one, that's a nice little spice
at
the end there. Because it's only 20 points to get that.
But imagine if 5 Terminators could fire 10 thunder hammers at range all the time, every time, and they had a 4-up invulnerable save, and move 18, and get bonuses to hit or to wound. And imagine instead of 5 of them, you had 15 of them. Imagine if you had 5 there, 5 there, 5 there, all firing. That would be 30 thunder hammers firing at range for like 700 points or something with the invuns.
Yeah.
They are good.
It's probably about 600. For 5, it would probably be 200.
What are they? 25 points base or something?
So 30 points base, and then plus 10 for the initial plasma, plus 15 for the second plasma.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's going to get confusing.
I think it's 510 for 2 plasmas.
Is it 510? Actually, no, you're right. It's 510. So 35 and then a 10, so they're 45 points each. Give them a shield, they're 50 points each with a shield.
Yeah.
So 50 times 5
something
is
like that.
250.
I think it's 45.
So it's 750 points.
Math no good.
Yeah.
But yeah. They're good. I like them. I like them more than, because the fusion used to be the anti-tank, but if you're firing thunder hammers and each are doing 3 damage anyway.
Against Death Guard, not quite so good.
3 damage kills intercessors, 3 damage kills terminators, blade guard, 3 damage kills a lot of things.
Just not Blight Lords. That's the only thing it struggles against, and even slightly.
Which is why we purposely went up. Let's face it, we said, look, let's bring Death Guard. Let's find out how killy they can be.
Yeah.
And you've seen me play this list or versions of this list many times. And at the end of this game, I've got these guys left. And that's about as much killing I've ever seen on that list.
You had a Demon Primarch at the beginning.
I had a Demon Primarch.
Yeah.
I like Mortarion. He normally doesn't go down in 1 hit.
This thing only lost a wound.
Did it only lose a wound? Well, I was figuring, look, once Mortarion was dead, his big gun was killing 1 or 2 Terminators. Because I didn't have any tank, mind you, once the tanks were dead. Okay, maybe I should have put some more shots into him. It turns out putting all the shots... But these guys, they had...
mortal wounds, it's good.
They had the... I don't know. See, I need to run it back a couple of times to figure out whether wasting lots and lots of firepower into a 4-up invulnerable save Storm Surge is the way. Because Imperial Space Marines have Power of the Machine Spirit, so you can burn a CP and suddenly count as though you're in the top bracket. But these fellas have something else.
Backup AI.
Backup AI. Yeah. So it counts as though it's on the top bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I knew that, and putting round after round after round into him didn't feel like the best decision either.
Something I want to try is Flamers. Flamers. D6 plus 2 shots every time.
Yeah.
And then also there's a special Tau Flamer that does 2 damage. So
Flamers are, if in your local meta and the groups you normally play with bring a lot of Horde, then you'll want to put a lot of Flamers on your guns.
Cannons.
Yeah, and burst cannons and things like that. So they've got guns for the Horde, they've got guns for the elites.
They've got guns for every occasion.
They've got guns for you, guns for me, guns for everyone.
They have stab for one occasion and one occasion only when you put it on Sunstrike.
I've always thought that guns, I like guns. Sci-fi guns.
Yeah.
I like the Tau, it's guns. And people say, well, they're still grimdark, you know. I mean, taking over entire planets and you can join the Greater Good.
Join or die, yeah.
Join or die. It's, no.
But the Greater Good does seem pretty good considering how much tech and everyone lives longer and has a good life.
Well, then they take over Imperial worlds and mass sterilize the entire population and they all die out anyway.
Where is that, yeah?
So it's genocide at planetary-wide scales. Yeah, they're the good guys. No one is a good guy in Warhammer 40k, no one. Even the Tau.
Not even this little guy.
Not even that little guy.
I'm a bad guy.
Strength 5, -1 damage gun.
-2 in a certain range.
Yeah.
It's cool. Really cool. Love the new book. I think it's actually super balanced because you still held your own up until you didn't, right?
I think it's the battle suit book. My feel from reading it is there's a lot of things here that help you if you run battle suit
I'd
armies.
love to try a hammerhead though. They're probably all sold out.
Yeah, no, look, the Tau Codex is actually quite complete. You can run, if you want to, lots of fields of little guys and some stealth suits, and you can hoard it up. There is a viable horde list in Tau.
These guys are really good if you get tons of them.
Yeah, if you've got 60 of them plus some crew.
60? You always go to the extreme, don't you?
Well, no, I'm saying like, here you go. There's a viable horde list in it. There's a viable tank list in it with piranhas and devilfish and... We've seen what the big gun does. Piranhas is D6 +2 damage at no matter what range.
Yeah.
So there's a viable tank list if you want. If you want to go full horde, you can. If you want to go full tank, if you can. If you want to go full suits, if you can. But suits can fire into close combat, and you get things like this, and the Riptide, and stealth suits, and the Ghost Kill that can't even be targeted.
I really want the
18 inches away.
There's a 3D printed one where they've given this thing arms, and the missiles go on the shoulders, and it's carrying the big gun like a broadside.
Yeah.
I want. You have to use the normal body, but I want to get that.
It does look really cool.
I want the second one, and then send it off.
It does look really cool. The curious thing to me is why doesn't Games Workshop do stuff like that? Why doesn't Games Workshop? No. Why don't they have a whole bits department? Because people do 3D printing, right? And people also get bits from loads of companies all over the world. But if that was just readily available all the time, say it was really common and Games Workshop did it all the time, then if I knew when I was buying this model and that model and that model that I could just spend more than normal by getting that bit and that bit and that bit to make them cool, I just would, rather than searching through the internet for the thing with the thing that fits on the thing. You know, I think Games Workshop could do a lot to help compete against some of their competitors in the bits market by actually getting into the bits market.
That's a subject for one of your live streams.
That is, yes, that's my 2 cents on that whole subject. It's just so.
If you want to hear the full £2, I'm sure he'll tell you on a stream.
Well, that was it.
Oh, okay, disregard.
That was the whole thing.
Never mind.
They're just not competing. Yeah, well, that was lovely.
Yeah.
Urban mats for the battle map, March of War for the statues and the bookend stuff. I put these here thinking maybe we'll sneak around the edges and stuff like that, but that didn't happen at any point.
No. March of War, lovely guy, lovely little business that he runs.
He is, isn't he?
He does bases very similar to these ones.
He's got very gentle hands. And on that note, happy wargaming.
Bye.